Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are. I am in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and for me now it is afternoon. I can see in Malaysia it is 6:16 p.m. So I'm 6 hours behind people in Malaysia. Okay, so again with this video, I want to address the issue concerning what the Ministry of Women and Family said concerning the rise of domestic violence in Malaysia now that the MCO has been put in place. So MCO is the Movement Control Order, which means that people have to stay in their homes. So it goes without saying that people in a restricted space and whose freedoms are being restricted are going to be very frustrated, and also especially people who are not working, there's no income. They're going to get on each other's nerves. Their pets are going to get on their nerves. It's just not an ideal situation to be in. But given the circumstances with the COVID-19, this is our lives at the moment. Well, not everybody, because I'm fortunate. I'm in Tanzania, and I know my friends in Singapore as well. We only have social distancing laws, so we can still go outside and do whatever we want if we need to, and as long as we observe the social distancing laws. But for the poor souls who are all cooped up together in one space, I know it must be very hard. And everyone is trying to do what they can do to keep sane and to keep the peace. But statistics are showing that some people are having a hard time, and like I said, there's a rise in domestic violence, not just in Malaysia, but in a lot of countries in the world. And again, this is to be expected. So I want to address what this minister said. I don't have, because at the moment I have no internet, so I cannot open the page where about exactly what she said. But I know there's a big backlash from Malaysians about it, which I really don't understand why. But anyway, because she is addressing the domestic violence / abuse that is occurring at the moment. Okay, note well, it actually says that in the article. Well, the article I looked at, that's what she said. Okay, and remember, this is the Ministry of Women, not men, not trans women, not trans men, just women and family. Okay, so women first and then the family second. So everything that they normally do is they address women. Okay, and anyone who is familiar with the protocols for domestic violence and domestic abuse, which most people who are whacking on social media have no clue about it, are just getting it all wrong. Now, please remember that this advice that is given to women is not about inequality or about women's rights. It is first and foremost about women keeping themselves safe in this time, because we are now living in extraordinary situations because of an extraordinary event. This is not for your regular domestic violence or abuse protocols. This is special for this situation, because what is happening is, even in cases where there is no history of this kind of violence or abuse, it is happening now because people are cooped up in the same space and they have no freedom. So this is normal, and any psychologist or therapist or counselor will tell you this. This is a given. Okay, it's a given. So let that swirl around in your head for a while. Okay, swirling done. So the dress code I already addressed in my other video, because she said when you are in the house, especially she said wear makeup, dress properly, don't walk around in your house clothes, and especially for those women who work from home. Now, I don't know what the hoo-ha about this is, because it's a known fact that when you take care of yourself, you will feel better. Forget about the man. This is just about what she said. Don't drag the man in here. Leave him out of it. This is about women. This makes a lot of sense. Every woman I know, when she's wearing some makeup and looking cute and looking fabulous, her life is just brighter. She doesn't feel that down. Okay? So I don't know what the hoo-ha about that is. Second is, if you are a professional woman, then please behave like a professional woman. Dress properly. You don't have to be in a suit or whatever, because it depends on what kind of work you are doing. Today I had to do a fitness video this morning, and so I'm still in my fitness gear. If I was doing my skincare video, I would be in something else. I would be in something that's white or pink. If it's a business conference, then I'll be wearing my jacket. Because hello, why must we be different just because we're in the house? And I think this is a problem because most of you have never worked from home. That's why you're all posting what you're doing at home. For us, this is an everyday occurrence. I don't have to post every day what I'm doing it from my home. I sometimes have to do my videos from my car because I live in a car, but I still dress up. So I'm not understanding, I don't see what the hoo-ha is about. I think it's also because people got nothing to do, so they have to find issues in everything. If you want to find an issue, it's fine, but then make sure you can what do you call it? You can follow through with your claims, right? And anyway, I made a video about this, about why, like for example, why I don't have any problem with that, with her saying that, because first of all, like I said in my video, I have to do a lot of videos like this, and I have to do video conferencing. I'm a professional, so I have to carry myself and present myself like a professional. And because I do a lot of kinds of work, different types, so I will dress according to what I'm doing. I'm not going to be teaching a dance class in a suit. Okay? The other thing is, also like I mentioned, my marriage, we have our own dynamic in our relationship. And in our relationship, no one is going to walk around looking like a slob. I'm so sorry. I'm not interested in being around a man that looks like a slob. And my husband is not interested in being around a woman that looks like a slob. So, I don't have a problem with that. I'm actually happy that she said that. Okay? Right. So, forget about that. Now we're going on to the Doraemon voice. Now again, you see, the whole thing with this problem is that I think because this woman was speaking in very simple language so that everybody can understand. You can be someone that says a PhD, and you can be someone who's homeless or with no education, but so that everybody at every level can understand. And again, she was talking to women, okay, to women, and especially wives, people who are married. She's not talking about people that are just sleeping around or whatever. She's talking about arguments in the house between husband and wife. Note well. And husband and wife, not husband and husband or wife and wife or whatever combination. Husband and wife. So this is very intimate. And anyone who's married understands how difficult it is to navigate communication in a marriage. And now you throw people together for 24/7 in a day. It goes without saying something's going to go wrong. And like statistics is proving is that even in cases where there's no history of violence or just abuse, whether it's mentally or physical or emotional or verbal, it's happening. Because before, when you do argue, one of you can, which normally the man, he'll just walk out, right? Or if it's the woman, you'll go in the kitchen and you'll start cooking, or you'll do something else to distract yourself, or go play a video game, or he will, whatever. But you can, now you can't do that. You are in each other's face 24/7. And ladies, as much as you don't want to admit it, you can ask your children. Women like to nag. I know, because I do it myself. And now we want to all be in a little high horse as if we don't do this. If you don't do this, wow, you are a unicorn. One of a kind. Because all women, well, every woman that I know nags. And every man that I know can't stand it. So she is on the right track. So I understand when she says, if you want him to do something and you want to avoid an argument, or you want to avoid getting slapped across the room, then don't nag. Don't, you never take out the rubbish, you're so useless, and yet, no. When she says speak in a Doraemon voice, my interpretation of what she's saying is not that you literally have to speak like Doraemon. She is implying that you speak in a tone that is gentle, that has a lilt to it, that is soothing. Manja means like pampering, which also makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So, sorry, my husband just went out of the door. This makes a lot of sense, because if you are already in a situation with a man who cannot stand what you are saying or the way you are saying it, and you have no way of escaping the situation, then if you're not going to change your tone, just then activate flame shield, because you're going to get punched so hard in the face and you are going to fly across the room. So you have a choice, right? You have a choice. You talk nicely, you don't nag, and like she said, if you're funny, you do something funny. She's not implying be Doraemon. It's just her way, because she's very simple, and I think she's not clear. But I mean, we are not stupid. We can read between the lines. What it just means is change the tone of voice. And we are women. We know. And if you are a woman and you are denying this, then I don't know, there's something really wrong with you. But we women, we know how to get what we want. We know how to talk. We know how to get a man to do whatever we want. We know that. We know how to use our voices to manipulate the situation. We know that. So why is everybody up in arms? Why is everybody in denial of this? An even bigger question, why are people not thinking or concerned about that woman who is in a situation where her actual life depends on it? And all that she needs to do to keep herself safe and to protect herself from being killed is by changing the tone of her voice. Why are we not supporting this? Why are we rather supporting that she stands there and be like, you don't tell me what to do because you they mustn't think you are a man and you're more superior than me and nya, 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 and equal rights and pooh. Next thing, you get such a good fat slap in your face and you'll be flying over the balcony and then you'll be down there in the car park dead. Is this what we want? Because it seems like this is what we want. It seems like we want to encourage women in this point of time, in this extraordinary situation and circumstances that we find ourselves in. We want to encourage women to have when she is already in a volatile situation. Like, hello people, what is going on? The virus is supposed to be attacking your lungs, not your brains. What is wrong with you? Just because you're lucky you live in a household with a man who is just like, just there, like, just be thankful. Be thankful that you are not living with a man that's aggressive, or maybe he's not, but because of the circumstances that we are all living in, he's frustrated. And you are the only person that's there, and he's going to take that frustration out on you. Worst case scenario on the children. So I just don't get this. I really don't get this. It's because women do not put themselves in another woman's shoes, which is an expression which I find also very stupid. But anyway, you all like to put this lovely little quotations up. What, you've not lived a mile until you've walked in another person's shoes. So live it. If you want, if you believe it, live it. I don't believe it. But if you believe it, then live it. Don't just nyah, 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 and then you're not living it. Okay, so right. So now to get on to okay, so my favorite clinical psychologist is Jordan B. Peterson. And maybe some of you have to go and watch his videos, because also a lot of you are thinking, you see, there's two ways of interpreting what this woman, the family minister, this minister, whatever she is saying. There's two ways. Now, most of you are interpreting it as like having to kowtow to men because they are superior, and because it's just shows this gender inequality and the patriarchy and all that. That's most people are looking at it as that. And then there's just a few, or maybe there's more, they're just not vocal about it. And I can tell you now, all psychologists, therapists, and counselors that I have spoken to, all also see it as the second one, which is advice to women who are finding themselves in volatile situations, and this is a means to cope and to manage the situation. You see? Because some of us think a little further than others. Because some of us understand that this situation is extraordinary. There's no like, oh, just leave him and walk away. No, you can't, because there's MCO or shelter in place or lockdown going on. And like I said, this is happening even in homes where there's no history of violence. And remember, violence can be physical, verbal, emotional, or mental. So one of these are going on, or all four are going on. And it could only be something that will be happening now. When this is over, it will go away. So we all need to stay on track and focus. Think about those women who are going through this, and not just about yourself. Because you are worried about women's rights and about equality and all this crap. Get over yourself. It's not safe for other women for you to talk like this. Until you are in the situation, then you can open your big fat mouth. In the meantime, zip. Because a lot of women will get killed if they follow your advice. Let me tell you now, they will get killed. Now, of course, for women who are abiding to these things or not abiding, whatever, whichever side you're on, this is a choice. It's a choice to either heed the advice and keep yourself safe, protect yourself, protect your family, or you can choose not to and see what the outcome is, because we don't know what the outcome is going to be for you. But the fact that you can choose is already empowering. So empower yourself with the right choice for you. I cannot choose for you. The next person cannot choose for you. You have to make the choice. You have to make the choice. Okay? Because this is about women and your behavior in your home at this point in time, and how you choose to behave have consequences. That's what it's about. It's got nothing to do with all that other things that we normally talk about, because that is for a different time. We are now in extraordinary times. Okay, and then going back to Jordan Peterson being my favorite clinical psychologist, because all these people going about inequality and equality and blah blah and putting women back, it's not putting women back. Just because she is not mentioning men, it does not mean that she's absolving men from the problem. What she is doing is empowering women. Because it's better to empower someone than to be concerned with the other person on the other side. Because there's also a very beautiful quote that a lot of you also like to share. I don't know it verbatim, which I should have written it down. At least something about you cannot control someone else's behavior, but you can control how you respond to it. So this is that situation. She is saying you cannot control how your husband is behaving, but I'm going to empower you with advice on how you can respond to it to keep yourself safe. So take your little head out of your butt and listen to that. That's all you have to do. Don't go fighting about inequality on that, because it's not going to go down well for you at this point of time. Forget about reading all that little stuff you're reading about on Facebook and all that. Those women are not you. Those women, they are living nice houses. They probably have a big garden with swimming pool or whatever, and they've got space so they can go outside if things get bad. If you are not in that position, please protect yourself. Please stay safe. That is the most important thing. Okay, now coming back to Jordan Peterson. This is what he says. I just took a few things. Men and women, like everybody keeps saying, it's you are absolving men of the blame. No, like I said before, it's got nothing to do with men, absolving men from the blame. You as a woman must also understand the following. This is what Jordan Peterson said. Men and women are different. Doesn't matter what the feminists are saying, they are different in temperament and physically. And anyone with functioning retinas and functioning brain cells, with a functioning brain, will know this. There is no dispute. Different temperament, physically we are different. Right. And this goes across cultures. Right. It is also unbiased, because this is scientific and biological level, psychological level. These are facts. Okay? Because this is what the data shows. They've been doing analyses on this for years and centuries and decades, and this is what it shows. Okay? Men definitely physically they are bigger and they have more strength. There is the odd case where it's not like that, but we are talking in general. Men are bigger and they have more strength. And I just look at my husband, he's bigger than me and he's stronger than me. So, even my own son. So I'm not disputing that. other thing is, men are less agreeable. And I think every single woman on this earth knows that. If you find a man that's more agreeable than you, then you for sure are probably not going to marry him. Because men like that are normally, I don't know, they don't have a backbone. Because women, we like men who are different from us. Well, unless you are gay or whatever. But okay, so let's also just keep it real. Keep it real. Okay? They are less, all the bad things about men, they are less agreeable, they are more aggressive because they're bigger and stronger. They will like to dominate, they are domineering, and if they punch you, you're gonna fly. Facts. Women, all the bad things about us. We like to nag, we are verbally more aggressive than men, we are vindictive, conniving, and manipulative. Oh no, she said that, she's so bad. It's okay. Facts. And if you don't believe me, come stand in front of me, and then I think within half an hour I can point out when you are being conniving, when you are being manipulative, when you are being verbally aggressive, when you are being vindictive. Come, we can take that test. I dare you. Right. So of course, when you look at the two bad temperaments, I'm not talking about the good ones, the bad ones, it goes without saying that there's going to be big arguments that can turn into big, ugly fights. The reason we could always control this is because you are not in each other's face 24/7. But now you are. And you have to work around it. That's all that it is. Nothing is going to happen to you if just for the short time, this extraordinary circumstances and situation that we are in, that you change the way you behave. You are lucky if it's just for this time. Some women, this is their reality every single day. Now again, let that swirl around in your head. Reality every single day. They have to navigate this every single day in order to stay safe and to survive. But this is their choice, because if this is not their choice, then they can leave. In this extraordinary circumstances that we are in, leaving is not an option, right? We know that. Where are you going to go? You'll go to Las Vegas and they'll give you one little square there with the homeless, and you can go and sleep there. Okay, but I think also why this whole hoo-ha, ha-ha is going on is because that minister who made, or whatever she is, sorry, I don't know what she is, you can correct me, she did not make it clear that this is not absolving men from their responsibilities, but it's more about empowering women in this case, in this situation, to take care of their safety. She did not make this clear. So in a way, I can understand why some of you were going all crazy and writing all kinds of things on Facebook and on social media and doing all kinds of funny Doraemon memes and stuff, which is funny. But that was not the point of this whole thing. Okay, so if we as women want to be a tribe, and I go to all these empowering things and spiritual this about women and that, but I'm not seeing it happening now. I'm not seeing it at all. There's only one side to this whole story. It's like, to hell with the other people. Everybody just is on this blaming men, the patriarchy, it's inequality for women. Everyone's just on that road. No one is standing by the women who need to hear this, which are all these battered wives or women in domestic violence, the domestic abuse situations. Where is our support for them? We're supposed to be a tribe. Isn't that what I always hear when I go to all this empowering? That's why I can't even go to all these empowering talks anymore, because it doesn't empower me. It makes me feel that I don't want to be a woman anymore. I need to be, well, I'm already gender situational, so I just feel like I need to step away from that. So please, can we support these women who are not as fortunate as some of you, who have good husbands with good temperaments, that just yes love, and maybe we try and be that type. Yes love, you're doing it like that, love. Yo, never mind, let him throw it in the dustbin like that. When he's gone, I'll just go and do it properly. That's better than getting slapped in the face. It's got nothing to do with about your ego or whatever. You have to, it's about staying safe. Okay, so this is my little rant, and yeah, I'm very concerned about this. Very, very concerned, because I'm doing the data collection on the increase in domestic violence, and it is shocking. And everybody else is concerned about stupid things like inequality and about gender inequality, all that crap. I'm concerned about saving lives, stopping women from getting killed, or from putting themselves in situations where they are going to get killed. Okay? So maybe pipe down a little bit and be supportive. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this, because I don't know what to say anymore. So anyway, wherever you are in the world, please, I beg of you, stay safe. Do whatever it takes to stay safe. Please. Cheers.